In our previous classes, we learned about number line. Suppose we want to represent the variation of temperature in a day, which is -6 degrees Celsius and 7 degrees Celsius. How we can represent this on a number line? Yes, this is number line, this is origin. Right of this we are having positive integers, left of this we are having negative integers. Now this is minimum temperature and this is maximum temperature. In this case, a number line acts as a reference scale to indicate the status of temperature on a particular day. Similarly, you see this picture. There are 8 persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. They are standing before a ticket counter. From ticket counter, who is the first? Yes, A is first and H is the last person in the queue. If I consider the same with respect to cave, then who is first? H is first and A is last. That means the positional value of an object changes along with the change of reference. Now let us discuss another example. Here some students are assembled. Now you take this person. This person is standing in second column and this person is standing in fourth row. Similarly, the position of this person is second column, fourth row. Now what about this person? Yes, he is in third row, second column. Now what is the position of this boy? He is in fourth row, fourth column. Similarly, he is at fifth column, second row. Now he is at third column, sixth row. Now in this example, we are taking this is the reference and with respect to this, we are giving the position of each and every person. Similarly, you consider this figure. A, B, C, D, 4 points. These are at a distance 6 cm from this edge. To fix the exact position of the point, is this information is enough? No, some more information is required. Similarly, suppose you take this. Now this P is a position. From this edge, it is at 6 cm distance and from this edge, it is at 8 cm distance. If I take this is the reference, here we are taken two references. Now this point is marked at a distance 6 cm from this edge and 8 cm from this edge. Now with the same description, that is 6 cm from this, 8 cm from this edge, how many points can you mark? Yes, you can mark only one point. From this you can understand how many references do you need to fix the position of a point. We need two references to describe for fixing the exact position of a point. The position of the point is denoted by 6, 8. If you say a point is marked at a distance 7 cm from the top, can you trace exactly that point? No. That means to fix a point, we require two references. Similarly, observe these objects. Here we are finding several objects on this table. I am taking this is the reference. This is first column, second column, third column, fourth column. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows are there. Now this purse is in third column and in fourth row. Similarly, this matchbox, this is in second column in third row. Similarly, this clip is in second row, second column. What about this teddy? It is in first column and third row. What about this soap? This is in third column, second row. The representation of a point on a plane with idea of two references, this lead to a development of new branch of mathematics. This is known as coordinate geometry. René Descartes, a French mathematician and philosopher, has developed the study of coordinate geometry and he given an association between algebraic equations and geometric curves and figures. First we learn about how to plot the points on a coordinate plane. First we discuss about Cartesian system. Already we know that number line, which we use to represent the numbers by marking points on the line at equal distances. Now this is the number line related to integers. Now this is 0. Right of this we are having positive integers Left of this we are having negative integers. Now this point is known as origin. Now we consider two number lines perpendicular to each other. Now this is one number line and this is another number line. This is the origin for one number line and this is the origin for another number line. I am taking these two number lines perpendicular to each other. These perpendicular lines may be in any direction as shown in the figure. But when we choose these two lines to locate a point in a plane, for the sake of convenience, we take one is horizontal, another is vertical as are seeing in the figure. Now this is the horizontal number line and this is the vertical number line. And the point of intersection of these two number lines, this is called origin. Now this origin is 0 with respect to horizontal line, 0 with respect to vertical line. And this horizontal number line, this is known as x-axis and this is represented as x prime. And the vertical number line, this is known as y-axis and this is represented y prime. Now this is known as a y-axis. Now this is the origin where these two number lines meet and this is denoted by O. Along this direction, positive number lines, this is called positive direction of x-axis. Similarly, OY, this is the positive y-axis and OX prime, here we are having negative integers, this is positive y-axis and OY prime, along this we are having a negative integers, hence it is called a negative y-axis. Suppose we consider this on a plane. Now these two lines are dividing this plane into four parts. These are called quadrants. These are denoted by Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. This is first quadrant, this is second, this is third and this is fourth. Here Q1, Q2, Q3, these are taken in anti-clockwise direction. Now this plane is called Cartesian plane or coordinate plane or XY plane. The axes are called coordinate axis. Now in this, how to locate a point? Now say this, in this plane I am having 2 points A and B. The first point is in first quadrant and the second one, that is B, is in third quadrant. Suppose we consider this point A. The perpendicular distance between y-axis and A is 5 units. The perpendicular distance between x-axis and A is 3 units. And this distance, that is the perpendicular distance of the point A from y-axis, this is called x-coordinate of A. Similarly, the perpendicular distance of A from x-axis is y-coordinate. That means this point is having coordinates 5, 3. Similarly, if we consider the point B, the perpendicular distance from y-axis to B is 4 units. The perpendicular distance from x-axis to B is 3 units. Since this point is towards negative y-axis, the x-coordinate is taken as -4 and y-coordinate is taken as -3. The x-coordinate is also called as abscissa and y-coordinate is also called as ordinate. Similarly, suppose we consider two more points on this graph, Q and P. What about P? The x-coordinate is 2 and y-coordinate is -2. That is, abscissa is 2 and ordinate is -2. Similarly, for Q, the x-coordinate is -3 and y-coordinate is 4. The coordinates of P are 2, -2. For Q it is -3, 4. Now this is called origin. This is nothing but the intersecting point of x-axis and y-axis. The coordinates of this is 0, 0. We take origin as the reference point to locate other points in a plane. Now we take some more points on this graph. Suppose if I consider A, B, C, D, E. For point A, the coordinates are 3, 0. X coordinate is 3, Y coordinate is 0. That means if you move 3 units along x-axis, we get the point A. What about B? The coordinates are 2, 0. For C, minus 10. For D, minus 2.50. For E, minus 40. Now you take this. For P, the perpendicular distance from y-axis is 4 units, from x-axis is 3 units. Therefore, x-coordinate is 4, y-coordinate is 3. That means, from this origin, if you move 4 units along x-axis, 3 units along y-axis, you get this point P. 4 units along x-axis, 3 units along y-axis. Therefore, the coordinates of P are 4, 3. Similarly, this point Q, minus 4 units along x-axis, 5 units along y-axis. Therefore, the coordinates of Q are minus 4, 5. For this point are minus 2 units along x-axis, minus 4 units along y-axis. The coordinates of this point are minus 2, minus 4. What about this point? 4 units along x-axis, minus 5 units along y-axis. Therefore, this point coordinates are 4, minus 5. Coordinates of origin are 0, 0. To locate any point, we use two coordinates. One is x coordinate, another is y coordinate. X coordinate is also called abscissa and y coordinate is also called ordinate. And the sign of coordinates. In first quadrant, the sign of the coordinates are x is positive, y is positive. In second quadrant, x is negative, y is positive. In third quadrant, x is negative, y is negative. In fourth quadrant, x is positive, y is negative. That means, in first quadrant, the signs are plus plus. In the second one, minus plus. Third one, minus minus. Fourth one, plus minus. That means in the first quadrant, x greater than 0, y greater than 0. In second, x is less than 0, y greater than 0. That is, x is negative, y is positive. And in third quadrant, x less than 0, y less than 0. That is, both x and y are negative. In fourth, x greater than 0, y less than 0. That is, x is positive, y is negative. Now, how to plot a point on a graph? Suppose a point P, 4, 6. We have to mark this point on the graph. Now, this is the graph. First, you take the graph. Now, you draw horizontal number line and vertical number line. Where these two lines meet, you take this as origin, that is 0. And from this, right of this, you mark 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Left of this, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, etc. Similarly, these are 1, 2, 3, 4. And this side, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Now we have to locate P, 4, 6. 4 along x-axis and 6 along y-axis. Move 4 units along x-axis, 6 units along y-axis. Now this point is P, 4, 6. Like this, you can locate a point in a graph. Similarly, mark these points on the graph. A, 2, 2, B, 6, 2, C, 8, 5, D, 4, 5. This is A, 2, 2, 2 units along x-axis, 2 along y-axis. And B, 6, 2, 6 along x-axis, 2 along y-axis. C, 8, 5, 8 units along x-axis, 5 units along y-axis. D, 4, 5, 4 units along x-axis, 5 units along y-axis. Now you join all these points. What you are getting? We are getting a parallelogram. Can we find the area of this parallelogram? All the points lies in the first quadrant. Now here, this AB is nothing but 4 units. Now this is the height. How much height? 2, 5. 5 minus 2, 3. We know the base as well as height. Then what is the formula for area of the parallelogram? Base into height. That is 4 into 3. This is equal to 12 units square. This is one method to find the area. Now in this graph paper, by counting these units, you can also find the area.